Hi guys, I just wanted to give you some information on the DAP project that is coming up in a couple weeks. You probably saw the announcement that I've pushed it back a few weeks just to give you some additional time to get comfortable with the material that you're learning in the class and to do some additional research for this project as well. So DAP stands for Developmentally Appropriate Practices. And so that's what is going to be applied in this paper, is we want to make sure that everything that you are reflecting on reflects developmentally appropriate practices in the classroom. So we will be using our knowledge of high scope and then some supplemental information to guide your paper. So I just wanted to, again, let you know how this should be formatted. Again, here are the guidelines in front of you that are listed in your syllabus. The way you will construct your paper is you'll break it down into these 6 sections. You can even make a title page, and then within each of the pages following you can do a schedule page, room arrangement, group times, transitions, materials, and technology. It says each section should be at least 1 page in length, so make sure that it is, and in most cases you'll probably have a couple pages for each section depending on what you're talking about. Again, the first section is about schedule. So you're going to create a unique daily schedule for your age group. Write about why you put things in the order that you did. How did you make these choices? What does current research say about the amount of free playtime recommended for your age group? So again, talk about what you know about a daily schedule, especially when it comes to a high scope curriculum. There are some samples in your textbook, and you can find some samples online as well about schedules. You can choose to do either a half-day program or a full-day program. That's totally up to you and your discretion with how you want to structure your program. But make sure that you break it down into the individual little time pieces of your day. So don't just put, I'm going to have greeting time, then large group time, then small group time, then, put it and also put timestamps next to it so I can see how much time you're going to allot for each of those portions of the day, because that's going to really help me understand if you know developmentally appropriate practices based on the timing you're giving to each little portion of your daily schedule. The second area of the paper is room arrangement. So you're actually going to draw a detailed classroom map. So it's going to be a floor plan. So you can actually probably go online and Google some examples of preschool floor plans. And there's a lot that's going to come up. Some are going to be better than others. So make sure that you apply your knowledge of what you know about environment to that before you start drawing. Please don't use another floor plan that you found online. If you've done your observations or will be doing them before this assignment is due, I encourage you to take a little blank sheet of paper and sketch out their room arrangement and use that as a guide for this part of your project. So this will be something that you can, if you have a program that you want to use and make it a digital floor plan, that's fine. If you want to sketch it out, and then scan that image or take an image of it and insert it into your paper, you can do that too. Just make sure that it looks professional once it is inputted into your final document. Section 3 is about group times. How many will you have throughout the day? How long will they be? How many children will be in each group? What types of activities will be used? Give specific examples. Address the appropriateness of traditional activities, including calendar, weather, helpers, etc. You've probably noticed that within our learning of high scope, doing something with calendar and weather in jobs isn't something that they have talked about. Within your resources in Blackboard, I have provided some additional information for you. So if you go to your course module for this week, here's going to be an article folder here that has some additional information to help with your DAP project. You can click into that folder, and there's all kinds of different articles that you can use as supplemental research to apply to your reflections in your paper. So one of those here is called Calendar Time for Young Children. That gives just some really great developmentally appropriate information about the use of calendar and weather and why a lot of programs don't use it anymore. So use this information here to help you with your reflection so that it is reflecting, DAP. Again, here's some other information about different topics that you'll have to use within that paper. Let's go back and look at that. So back to group time. Again, look at that article and read what it says about using calendar and weather so that you understand the appropriateness of that and why some classrooms aren't using it and why not, because it makes a lot of sense. I know traditionally everyone wants to do a calendar and a weather time during their circle time, but high scope greeting time is not like your traditional circle time. So make sure that that's reflected in your paper so that I know that you understand group times. And so how many will you have throughout the day? I'm talking about large group time, small group time. So again, how long will they be? How many children will be in each group approximately? What activities will you be doing? So again, just an avenue for you to reflect your understanding of group time. So go back to your textbook, read about group time. Again, apply that information. Section 4 is on transitions. Again, how will you transition children from one activity to another? Anytime that you switch from one activity to another, that's a transition. So how will you do that? Will you use a song, game, and another activity? If you do use a game, provide the specifics. If you do use a song, provide the lyrics. So again, make sure that you provide that information. Again, talk about the importance of well-planned transitions for this group. Again, the article link, there is that article folder in Blackboard has an article on transitions, so you can read that. There's another one here, so that it really helps you to understand transitions and how to do them and why it's important to make sure that they're well planned. Section 5 is about materials. What you're going to do is you're going to identify at least 5 items that you'll have in your classroom for children to use. It says provide a picture from an online catalog. Write about how this item will be used and what children can learn from this experience. So this can be any 5 items. Of course, your classroom would have well more than 5 items. So go do some research. Figure out what 5 items you want to include, and then find pictures of them. You can search Google Images, and you can find hundreds of thousands of pictures. So find one, import it into your document, and then write about it. Write about what it is, what it's going to be used for, what the significance of that item is in the development and learning of for the child. So make sure that you do that. And then the final section is technology. How will technology be used in your classroom? What devices or programs will be available? Be specific. When will children use these devices, and will their time be limited? Use research to defend your choices. Again, will you use technology in the classroom? There's an article here that talks about technology in the classroom, so it's going to help you think about all the different types of technology that there are. It's not just a computer or an iPad. It helps you to think about different forms of technology and how you can use it. So again, be specific. Within all of these sections, I have provided a lot of information for you to read through, so start doing that now. Start reading through some of those articles and highlighting key points that are going to help you support your reflections in your paper to show me that you understand developmentally appropriate practices. Go back and read through some of those chapters in your textbook that pertain to these sections in the paper and apply that research as well. Again, don't wait to the last minute to do this project. It is a big one, and it is going to take some time to create this paper and make sure that it is well organized and reflects everything that you need it to reflect. Again, within each section, demonstrate your knowledge and understanding of effective strategies and tools for early education. Use examples from class, research, and the text to help illustrate your point. And I provided you with a lot of research so you know exactly where you can start to get some information for this paper. Again, I expect college level writing with this, as I do with everything. You're going to provide an APA bibliography and a cover page with NACCE professional preparation standards rationale must be included. And I'll provide an example and some more information about that rationale in this course module as well, so you have that in addition. Again, here are guidelines for the bibliography within that same folder of research for that DAP project. So again, I put it all right there for you, so you don't have to search too far to find out some information for that paper. If you have any questions about this project, whenever you start to write it, please reach out and let me know. I'd be more than happy to discuss it further with you. But in the meantime, good luck, get started, and I can't wait to read them when they are due in October. Thanks so much, guys. Bye-bye.